Hello, welcome to MoBuzz. It's Monday the 8th of October. I'm Olivia, and our first two stories today take a look at democracy and censorship on the internet. The concept of wikis, or sites that anybody can contribute to, has taken a big step forward thanks to the police force in New Zealand. They've created a wiki website for their new policing act, which hasn't been altered since 1958. This is the first time a government has used a wiki to encourage public contribution to legislation. Contributions aren't limited just to New Zealand citizens, the idea being that experts from all over the world can also have their say. The site was launched in September, and after a massive worldwide response, you can now take a look at the resulting act on the official website. It's a novel and refreshing take on using the internet to assist in modern security enforcement, but it remains to be seen how effective this extreme democracy really is. New Zealand's approach could not be more different to that of the People's Republic of China. It's widely known that the Chinese government regularly blocks certain phrases, concepts, and even entire websites to internet users, but it seems that they've taken it one step further and blocked RSS feeds. Users had previously been able to get around the internet restrictions by using feeds to access forbidden information, but reports say that it's now increasingly difficult to access any incoming URLs that begin with RSS, feeds, or blogs. Users have found ways around this latest restriction, including use of Firefox extension Gladder, a proxy tool which advertises itself as a great ladder to get over the Great Firewall. For most of us, these kind of restrictions of information are impossible to imagine and are in stark contrast to the data overload computer age that we all live in. Leaving all that serious stuff behind, something important to remember if you're a representative for the state of Ohio and you're giving a presentation to a bunch of high school kids about government policy. Whatever you do, don't let your teenage son borrow your memory stick in order to download and store explicit images. Unfortunately, nobody passed on this piece of advice to poor Matt Barrett, who was left looking a little foolish after photos of topless women flashed up on the screen during his presentation. Barrett quickly shut off his computer and asked for an investigation to determine the source of the photos, which turned out to be his darling little boy. Oops. Can you imagine how embarrassing it would be for that to happen during an important presentation? Poor guy. A couple of angry mothers have created a blog called the League of Maternal Justice in order to speak out against the banning of breastfeeding pictures on Facebook and the negative attitude towards breastfeeding mothers in the media. They're organising a virtual nurse-in on October the 10th at 10 AM local time, asking women all over the world to breastfeed for justice. They want mothers to post photos, set up a webcam, and generally flood the internet with pro-breastfeeding images. So, if you happen to be a breastfeeding mother and you too are sick with the attitude towards feeding your sprogs in public, you know what to do. Now, back to the iPhone, should we forget its existence. It has a very small speaker that distorts at high volume, so if you want to listen to music without headphones, you need an amplifier or a set of external speakers. But a couple of bloggers who are obviously a bit strapped for cash have come up with an eco-friendly, super cheap and kind of unhygienic way of amplifying your iPhone. Stuff the thing inside a used toilet roll. Now, here in the MoBuzz office, not only do we have an iPhone, we also have a lot of used toilet rolls. So we decided to check it out and rig up the homemade amp ourselves. MoBuzz boss Anil has kindly let us borrow his new toy, so let's see if it works.
Yo soy Ilia y hoy 5 de octubre os tengo una dosis que os quitará el sueño.
Okay.
En Alemania han inventado algo realmente importante, una almohada que evita los ronquidos. Está conectada a un sensor que al percibir esos molestos sonidos emite una señal para que unas bolsas de aire que hay dentro de la almohada.
And if you were watching the show on Friday, you will know just how lucky the students of the University of Berkeley are, being able to access 300 hours of lectures on their YouTube website. But for all students everywhere, you now have the charmingly titled researchbitch.com, a revolutionary search engine that does your research for you. Basically, you enter at least 100 words from class notes, an assignment or an essay outline, and 30 minutes later, Research Bitch provides you with links to related sources. But it seems that the search engine takes the text a bit too literally to actually provide you with anything useful. I tried it out by putting it in the first section of an article on China's internet censorship, and I got a lot of helpful sources, linking me to sites about personal training, Jesus' actual birthday, and fiber optic cables. Excellent stuff. To end the show, I'm going to leave you with a little clip from one of our YouTube favorites, Godcast. Enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All these double clicks and everything, it's just, but me, bless him, he finally, he hovered me through it, and we're good to go now. I got one of these iMac books, and it's so intuitive, it's click and go. It's and I could prattle on all day about this, but I won't. Here I am, my first vlog. What do I want to talk about on my blog?